song for today is the opening track from Mark Knopfler's and Emmylou Harris' our album All the Road Running, released in 2006. So I always like that song, and it brings me this kind of peaceful emotion, just happy emotions in general. Always like that tune, and I actually wanted to cover it with the girl I played some tunes together, but we just got too busy and couldn't find time to record it, unfortunately. But I reckon that would be something special, really, because it's a beautiful song, and it's a simple song, relatively simple. I always thought that the intro is played like C major going to this chord. And by the way, I have a new setup here because I recently installed the new macOS Sonoma, and what it allows me to do is natively doing things like that. So I'm using the ultra wide camera of my smartphone, iPhone, and I can make these close-ups up to 3x, so I can show the left hand, so you can imagine how it's helpful for doing lessons. And I can show the right hand, so it's really inspirational. I love that. I love technology. And so I always thought that this intro goes from C major to playing to D with C in the bass. Then I tried to learn the song, and of course found out that, as usual, it's a little bit more complicated than that, or I should say more refined than that. So I hear it more like this. So it's almost D with C in the bass, so I hear it more like D added 4. That would be open G here, and C in the bass. Occasionally with the open D here, so it doesn't matter. It can be both. It can be with an open D or with blocked D string. And it makes the whole song for me, let me tell you. And I learned almost 100 Mark's songs at this point, and it really often happens when this one little thing makes the whole song, because the rest of the song is C major, F major, G, back to C, so it's like a 3-chord song. But this one song just makes the song really click for me, and it plays itself. And sometimes it happens, it reminds me of songs like Madame Geneva's, for instance, where it's a simple waltz, but then this chord happens and it makes the whole song. And I think Mark's music is a lot like this, so this one really little thing that makes the whole song, and it's really inspiring. And I think but just like I said, the song just simply clicks for me. And now I'll just quickly go through the parts of the song. I'll zoom here like that. And so the intro, again, I see this chord, this second chord, as D added 4. It could be something like D sus 2 probably, or sus 4 more like. But I decided to call it D added 4/C, and that would be mute 3, open 3, 2. And I actually tried, but on one of my lesson sessions I asked to play it on a fine acoustic guitar, and it sounds fantastic. It's just so beautiful. And this D over C sounds really boring in comparison. I love stuff like that. I just love it. And so the verse then would be like that. So it's 3 chords, but with a lot of options or variations, I think. So that would be verse. And options would be to go in the first line, to go to F through C with E in the bass. And another option would be actually to stay on this C bass. So in the intro it's the pedal tone actually. And for the verse you can do the same. So that would be so not playing the F, but rather F with C in the bass. And that's, by the way, the first chord in On Every Street song. That would be, it's gotta be a record someplace, gotta be somebody's place. F with C in the bass. A small difference, but actually a big difference. The second line is pretty much always the same. The third line would be the same kind of bass move from C to E to F. And the last line, it depends. So first of all, it's the full G chord here, so not like the 3-finger G chord, but a 4-finger. It just sounds more natural in this song with this folky fashion. And I'm actually sometimes, or nearly always, I'm actually playing this, I don't know, simplified version. So I actually block the 5th string with my 2nd finger and make it even more folky, because it actually makes it it kind of makes it neutral, so it's not major, not minor. And to go to the chorus, it would be adding a passing A minor 7 chord. And what I tend to do sometimes is I hold this G note on top, so that would sound like. Or first start the first G, like G with B in the bass. And that's probably the whole thing when variations are concerned. So head on home. And the chorus then, the chorus would start on, interestingly enough, I think, I hear the chorus starting with F add 9, which would mean adding this, again, G on top here. And it sounds really beautiful, and I have no idea how Mark does it, but it sounds completely different if you omit this little detail. And so and regular F later on, and it's a 2-chord chorus actually, C to F. That's optional C sus2 to C. That's like just lifting this second finger, and it sounds beautiful, really. So this F at 9 would be 1 mute 3 2 1 3. And I'll play now the intro, the verse, and the chorus. So the intro is. To the chorus. Strumming wise, I would use actually the same kind of True Love Will Never Fade kind of strumming with this. It's actually interesting because the song is in C major, and what would typically happen is it would be played with the capo on the 5th fret, just like True Love Will Never Fade. Because it just sounds more convenient, plays more convenient, and sounds, I think, more beautiful. But I hear this song it's without a capo. It sounds I think, better. And also without the typical C major shape with G in the bass. So you see, it's not always similar to other songs. But anyway, now I want to discuss the harmony part, because it's really something. So I have here a Guitar Pro file. I actually link to that in the description. So I wrote down the whole vocal part, and the way I learn it, typically I learn the harmonies is just on the guitar. So obviously here I have just one voice, and that would be it comes in really handy when the harmonies starts to happen. And let me tell you, for the record, singing harmonies could be the most enjoyable thing on this planet, I think. It's just, I don't know, I can't compare it to anything. When you sing harmonies and when you're successful at that, and your voices are vibrating in this, it's just so beautiful. I can't really describe the feeling when it all clicks. But I learn harmonies typically just on the guitar, because you can actually play it like a harmony. That would sound like, oops. And I remember learning these harmonies on songs like If I Fell by the Beatles, or Simon and Garfunkel's songs like The Sound of Silence or Wednesday Morning, 3 a.m. and songs like that. It's usually not terribly hard to do. The hardest part about it is actually jumping from notes to notes. So for instance, here you have Emmylou singing, "We had a harmony, I never knew to know it's lying in the water," and Mark singing, "We had a harmony, I never meant to spoil it's lying in the water." And here's the beautiful part here. So the melodies are relatively, so it's in sixths and it's relatively linear. So it goes a little jump here, and then and here actually the melody goes, so Emmylou sings down, and Mark sings up, and so you have this beautiful stuff. I can't even imagine how satisfying would be to sing something like that. I never meant to spoil, now it's lying in the water. I never meant to spoil, now it's lying in the water. And the difficult part is to sing this B note here, because it's kind of, it's really hard. And the way I deal with it typically is I remember the first starting note of the harmony. In this case, it's D. It's this C note. That would be and I remember this note, and I compare it to the starting note of the next line, not the ending note of the next line, because that would mean jumping from G to B, but rather I remember the C here. We had a harmony and never meant to spoil. And I remember that the next one is starting a half step below. And that makes it for me. And also notice how on Mark's part it's actually a little, I don't know how to call it in vocal terms, but it's like a little hammer on here. We had a harmony. And this X here is just jumping from below, so that would be never meant to spoil, never meant to spoil. So it's not a specific note. It could be G, it could be E, so it's more like just jumping from below. We had a harmony, I never meant to spoil by sliding in the water. And just learn it on the guitar, it's as simple as that. We had a harmony, I never meant to spoil by sliding in the water. And together. And notice how also Emilu's line starts right on the D here, on the C here, and Mark's. So almost like guitar-like. And you can break down all the harmonies in the song like this way. Like a slipper wall, tide is running out to sea, tide is running out to sea, time is running out to sea, time is running out to sea. Here's the interesting part, because Mark is jumping under darkening sky, under darkening sky, under darkening sky. And the same kind of Emilu going up and down, Mark going on the up. And another part is what's beautiful is that it's not like it's completely even, the no length of notes wise. So they kind of sing this line a little bit behind the beat here. So that would mean it's also very beautiful. If you listen closely, you'll hear what I mean, and then it's beautiful. So instead of going now it's flying in the water, it's a little bit more interesting. Not a little bit, it's actually, it makes the whole arrangement work. And with that, let's go to the chorus. that's an interesting here, little bit here. So that would be Mark sings leave home, leave home. And Emily sings. So in this case, actually, Mark sings the harmony. And that line is also, I think, is unbelievably satisfactory to play, to sing together. I think it's unbelievable. You can imagine it's like especially this this fifth here. I think it sounds amazing if you sing it together with somebody. But it's actually a pretty linear line, so it's so nothing really crazy going on, but when you put it together, it suddenly becomes this beautiful, beautiful thing, and ending just on octaves. Beachcombing, beachcombing, as simple as that. It's actually continuous, just like that. It's pretty much always in sixths. The sun is going down, smoking a flaming testament. Some things has been broken, and it feels permanent. Little seabirds flying, little seabirds flying. And I'm sorry that's all. Head on home, head on home, not too long, gone too long. Leave my home, Beachcombing. Amazing stuff, and I will upload it and put links below to the establisher as well, so you can actually learn the harmonies. And that's pretty much it for this song. Beautiful stuff. It's just unbelievable how simple this song is. You can, considering it's a 2-chord intro and the 3-chord the rest. So unbelievably, finally a more approachable song. But just try to sing it with somebody. It's a lot of fun, and just like I've said, it's one of the best things in life. Just sing little harmonies with somebody. Beatles songs, Simon and Garfunkel's songs, Everly Brothers works extremely well, but it's really hard though. You kind of need to have a voice, if you know what I mean. So, but just to have fun and just to play with somebody, it's a lot of fun. And I hope you learned something new. Thanks for watching. If you want to support me, you can actually support my work. It's proved to be very useful for me, especially in these hard times. So you can support me on Patreon, or just drop me a donation on Buy Me a Coffee. Yeah, and subscribe to the channel. So, and thanks for watching.